Good afternoon, Dr. Gary on the road. We are dental practice brokers nationwide. Today's topic is 3 life-changing accidents and disabilities on the road. We'll talk about what happened. Anyway, as you know, we are in 28 states now selling dental practices nationwide. We have 10 employees, including 2 CPA accountants. And we're available to you now 363 days a year. We take off Christmas and Easter. You can reach us from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. 201-663-0935. And our website is dentalpracticeguide.com. Nationwide, dentalpracticebrokers.com. You can reach us. We're always answering the phone. We've been doing this for 13 years now, selling dental practices nationwide, and I was a dentist for 25 years, so we are here to accommodate you. Just let us know how we can help you. The information you're about to hear is for legal, not legal or business advice. It's only opinions and entertainment from us. If you're thinking about selling to a DSO, please call us, and we'll be happy to help you sell your dental practice. We don't work for the DSOs, but we can help you find the best DSO, and they will often pay our commission. Plus, if you work with us, we can, based on criteria, get your legal fees reimbursed at closing. So 3 life-changing accidents on the road. If you remember recently, I just told you about one of the accidents that happened recently where a shovel on the highway on a quiet day went into this guy in front of me's windshield. A shovel. And I could see the thing sticking out. I don't know what happened to him, and I feel terrible. But he got to the side of the road, rapidly put his flashers on. I knew something was up because his flashers were on. He was, driving erratically. And I think he's okay, but it was like a spear in his car, and it looked like it was to the right of the mirror, but I could see the shovel sticking out and the shovel head, the handle sticking out, and the shovel halfway into the glass. I mean, this was scary. Whew. And you talk about people that tell me, especially young people that don't have disability insurance, like they're going to be okay. Well, you're not going to be okay. You got a problem here. And who knows what would happen to your eyes, or something critical like that can happen. And I think anything can happen at any time. And you've just got to be so careful with this. So I don't know what happened to that guy. I'm just saying that's one of the many accidents that can happen. When I told this story, I'm hearing other accidents that people have seen on the road. My message is life-changing, instantaneous accidents leading to death or disability. It could just happen in a split second when many of you say, young people, oh, I don't need disability, I'm healthy. And doctors that are senior doctors say, I could just work another year. Why should I sell now? Well, that's what happens, So if you're thinking about getting out, you get out now. And if you have maybe close to your retirement monies, of course, you're going to talk to your accountant will tell you to never retire. Your attorney may tell you to retire, but it's just scary stuff. And I deal with this all the time. So what happened in this instance was this, it was crazy what happened. Excuse me, I'm on the road now. So this was like a spear going into the car. So as I began to tell this story, more and more, I began hearing other stories that people told me. And those other stories were just as frightening. Hold on a second. The other stories were just as frightening, and it is very scary. So what happened with the other stories, this is what doctors, people called me. They weren't necessarily dentists. They were just, accidents that happened. And what happened was, another story was, one of the dental salespeople told me this. He was driving and a tractor trailer kicked up somehow a manhole. The manhole got kicked up into the air. And this is on a highway or like a secondary road. The manhole became airborne. Then another tractor trailer hit it, and its velocity was even higher. It kicked up in the air, and sadly, a car ran into it, went through the windshield, and sadly, the driver passed away. I mean, this just happened. I just heard this story. When I tell the story about the shovel going through the glass, this dental salesperson told me the story about this manhole going through the windshield. So once again, doctors that say they don't need disability, you get the disability immediately. Protect yourself and your family. You'll need it for the bank. Senior doctors who feel they can just work another year, no problem, nothing will happen. Crisis happens. Okay? Another story, after I told the story about the shovel in the windshield that happened in front of me, is another dental sales guy, in the dental field told me, I think there was a repair guy, told me about a drive shaft that gets dislodged from a box truck, and it was spinning. The shaft dropped out of the bottom of the truck, and it was spinning on the highway. Just dropped off. The truck just went off to the side because there's no drive now. But, don't forget, truck's going 60 miles an hour. The drive shaft is spinning and rolling down the road. Now what happens? Another truck hits the drive shaft. The drive shaft again becomes airborne, and in fact, it hit it so hard, it became vertical. It was crazy. So it's moving at like 50, 60 miles an hour, vertical, and spinning. So the one buddy of mine, the dental repair guy, avoided it by driving around it. I don't know what happened after that, who may or may not have hit it. Life-changing instantly. Your life could be over. Young buyers, get your disability immediately. Senior doctors, if you're at the last year or so, line up buyers now. Start figuring out what you want to do. Life could be just so tragic, so instant, and you're deprived of all those years. The value of practice will drop dramatically. It's terrible. And then trying to sell a practice that the doctor passed away instantly is so much challenging. Your family is traumatized, and try to put the pieces together. You'll lose time. You lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. Don't do that to yourself. Just don't say, I'll just keep working, that's all, and look back on the last 35 years and say I could work another year. Doesn't always work that way. Timing is never perfect. We're trying to bring to you real life experiences. These things happen. We have to deal with it. And these are 3 instances which were life-changing, some tragic. I don't know. Stuff just happens. Be aware of this, and it's very challenging trying to sell a practice. And if you as a buyer thought you could just work for another couple years for a company or somebody else, well, if you got disabled, you can still run your practice and bring in, maybe hopefully your disability will only be for 30 or 60 days. Hopefully you could bring other people in to run your practice. The practice can keep going. You'll have some insurances that will help, but the most important, you call your friends, your colleagues, let them help you keep the practice alive, and you're ongoing. But you get hurt on a Friday afternoon as a buyer, and you don't have disability, or you don't have enough disability, and come Monday morning, you're not making any money. But you assume because you worked Monday through Friday last week, you can go in Monday and continue to work. It doesn't happen like that. You're out of a job on Monday morning, no matter how much money you make. And what can I do? I'm just trying to communicate to you. This is why you've got to get into your own business as soon as possible. Get equity under your belt. Work on your dream instead of somebody else's. You have no future working for somebody else, because if you get hurt, disabled, and never make enough money in your disability to pay for what you could have earned, you don't get the tax write-offs for working for somebody else. You got to work on your dream instead of somebody else's, is the message to young buyers. You think you can just keep working for somebody else and everything will be fine until you get hurt or something happens. You have no equity, all right? And you're paying 37% some odd dollars. It doesn't work as well, I'm telling you. All right, just messages of the day. Keep posted for our new, look at that. Woo! One of those turkeys just flew. I think it was a wild turkey, just flew in front of my car. Man, that's scary. Whew, there's another one. I can't believe it. Anyway, we have our email blast that goes out to like 822 buyers now. That goes out every 4 to 6 weeks, and we get a lot of activity on that. We do extensive marketing and advertising. That's why if you list your practice with us, immediately we're going to our 822 buyers that are on our active buyer list for the last 13 years to present. So that's where we get a lot of our sales come from. People we know, they signed a non-disclosure agreement. We've worked with them before. They're pre-approved at the bank. That's how we can help you sell your practice rapidly. We feel that we're different. So these email blasts goes out every few weeks. Stay in touch. Bye now. Be careful.